We still be up by midnight.
Live on Internets.
Hi, Internet. Hey,
What's
see,
up,
look,
Internet?
he's back.
How we
that?
living?
Yeah, you're actually back.
We
Look at
finally
that.
have the right name under the right person.
Nice.
Noise.
Cameras are right.
No, I just mean like Geckel was sitting there and
Oh, that's true.
other people have been sitting there with Graham's name
Just one.
that you know of.
There's been a couple times this season.
Oh, over the whole season. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a few.
All right.
We've given you a few weeks off here and there.
Now this is tasty. We had this. Have we talked about this one before?
Not
I don't
that
know.
I remember.
I mean, we've talked about that company before, but this may be a new one.
I don't
from
remember
them.
that particular one.
I tend to try to make sure I'm grabbing new
New
ones
ones, yeah.
from them.
Charbilly says, make with the deep diving, insightful, tactical breakdown to make the Moys happy.
We could do that.
So there you go. Dance, monkey, dance.
I can't.
Everything was a fucking draw. There's your tactical breakdown.
You ready?
Hey, it's Brad Parker, Crystal Palace fan, and you are listening to the Drunkard United Football Show. It's a parade.
And if you mean by parade, mundane draws for an entire weekend, well, yes.
Essentially, yeah.
It was the paradiest parade any parade could ever parade. Just a whole lot of draws across the board.
What's Palace's name to the game, isn't
Well, you know, and your boy here picked nothing but fucking winners. Got that wrong 6 fucking times. Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston. Sam Houston? Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham,
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, fresh back from across the pond, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing there, buddy?
Doing all right, thank you. How are you?
Very good, very good. I was considering something like with pillows and smothering, but I decided to make it a nice one instead.
That's too niche.
It's too niche.
Too niche.
I did have a little bit of swelling of my left leg on the way over.
Ooh.
Besides, he and Rob went on a romantic weekend, and you're talking about pillows and biting. Not a good look.
No one said,
Those aren't pillows!
also, no one said biting but you. That's what kind of kinks are you into there, dear? Let's dive into this a bit.
Let's not. It's not injury time.
All right, good. T minus now 42 minutes. 'Cause it was going to be a 45-minute show. Now it's going to be 42 minutes because I got to hear about this.
We're recorded at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Absolutely. It's at DU Football Show on all the social media and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email. And if you want to get in touch with Melissa directly, all you got to do is go to www.kinkbiting.com.
at Melissa Houston. And I'll send you feet of Sam Houston's.
Oh.
I'm going to go get a
I mean, you
pedicure
do get
tomorrow.
pedicures,
I'm
yeah.
going to get one tomorrow.
That might be
right
all
now
right.
they're kind of
I mean, nothing to wank to, but.
I mean,
You don't know what people are into.
Speak for
Best
yourself,
part is
big
I'm just
boy.
going to tell them they're my feet.
Oh. Well, also, real quick, it was just too good of a time to do a segue, and I did forget to mention our lovely producer, Mel. How are you, producer Mel?
Oh, I think I've already talked enough tonight.
Good. Should you want to support this show or get these episodes ad-free, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that as well?
Ad-free is subjective because it depends whatever kink Mel's shaming that week. But typically you go to patreon.com/DU Football Show, sign up to that $5 tier, and the only ad you'll have to hear is either her feet finder or her OnlyFans or her whatever it is she's pimping that week.
I got to say, I find it rich that Graham over here talking about hate when we all know he's the most hateful person in the world. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. As every year comes to an end, so does every Whiskey Advocate's top 20 list, Mr. Graham. And we have reached numero uno.
The finale. I still like to know how I'm a very hateful person because I don't think I am. But
Your Tucker Carlson hate pouches
I
that you
will
use.
tell you
And own a Peloton.
About
the writing's all on the wall.
about the whiskey of the year from As Told by Whiskey Advocates Top 20. It is the Elijah Craig 12-year and 3-month-old barrel proof, which is not an official year. It's a 12-year-old.
It's 12-year-old.
But they want to tell you the exact amount of time, which is 12 years and 3 months. This is batch number A925 of the Elijah Craig 12-year-old rye barrel proof. It was
yes, boys
rated,
and girls, A925.
It was
the
rated
exact Latin batch.
a 96 by Whiskey Advocates. Tasting panel. It's a straight rye whiskey, and it comes to you at 108 proof. Your blurb comes from David Fleming of the Whiskey Advocates Tasting Panel, and it is a long one today, and it reads as such. At Heaven Hill, and indeed across the modern Kentucky whiskey landscape, rye has taken a backseat to bourbon, obviously. Heaven Hill's Elijah Craig, which debuted with a bourbon in 1986, didn't add a rye until more than 3 decades later. And it wasn't until this past September that Elijah Craig's barrel proof expression finally got a rye sibling. Now, in its first year on the market, Elijah Craig barrel proof rye is our 2025 Whiskey Advocate Whiskey of the Year. Readers may recall that Elijah Craig barrel proof bourbon was our Whiskey of the Year in 2017. Unlike its bourbon counterpart, which was bottled at 62.1% ABV, which would be, Sammy, 124.2 if you were counting at home proof. This barrel proof rye is just 54% by volume, as I told you before. That is 108 proof. A 51% rye, the so-called Kentucky style, is also no spice bomb. Yet it's a whiskey with a big, robust profile, a beautifully matured rye, aged just over 12 years, intensely flavored, and with plenty of heat and spicy complexity. An inviting nose offers dark fruit, rye spice, and aged oak. The palate has dark flavors of licorice, chocolate, and stewed fruits, melding with lighter sweet notes of French toast and sweet lemon, all sprinkled with cinnamon, clove, and generous rye spice. Right after they told us it didn't have any. The finish shows great integration of sweetness and spice, vanilla with prickly pepper, cinnamon, and ginger, all balanced superbly against the aged oak. Like Elijah Craig barrel proof bourbon, this one will be released in batches 3 times a year, January, May, and September, labeled as batches A, B, and C. This whiskey is batch A925 because it's the inaugural release from September 2025. But starting next year, we'll see them labeled in that order. Whether at full proof in a cocktail or with ice, this whiskey is delightful and an enjoyable ride, and at a very reasonable price of $75.
Yep. And
So SRP on this was $75.
make it 100.
At least.
Yeah.
You're probably 125 in most places, to be quite honest. It's delicious. Do I think it's the greatest rye I've ever had in my life? No. But it's, I think I've had a couple better whiskeys on the list this year and we didn't even have all of them.
Oban was better.
I don't know.
I think number 2 was better than.
I don't
than
know
this.
that this is deserving of number 1, but I do think it deserves to be on the list. If that makes sense. I just think at a much lower number, but it's delicious. It's a very good bottle of whiskey.
It's a very good rye. I really do like it. It is very different from most other ryes that I have, where they say it's not peppery or the uber spice. It's not. I'm surprised.
I still get a little pepper on the back end.
I'm surprised they didn't mention.
There's a lot more mint and eucalyptus to me.
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say, and those 2 words weren't said at all.
Yep.
And I get a lot of mint and eucalyptus out of this.
That could be clove
That
disguising itself with the other flavors.
Clove. I definitely got clove. I definitely the toasted wood aroma, that kind of woody oak aroma. I definitely got that.
Honestly, it comes through a lot after you swallow and then exhale through your nose. You get a lot of burnt oak.
Yeah,
a lot of burnt oak on that alcohol exhale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Equally as good on ice. But I'm with you. I would tell you right now, this does not hold a candle to the Oban. The Oban is.
If
leaps
this
and
was
bounds
number
better.
16, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I'd have been like, okay, great.
If this was top 10, I wouldn't have batted an eye.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
not number 1.
Yeah. I
think it's good. I think it's very good. I think it's deserving of a place on the list.
Yeah.
The Oban. I think back to 1 or 2 of the others that were just delicious.
The new riff was
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to. Well, I mean, obviously, we're going to do the whiskey show and go all over all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. I'm with you. I'm not sure if it's a number 1. Not sure if it's a number 1.
The bourbon was a number 1.
Yeah.
But that's also what they're known for, right? I mean, they're not known for ryes. They released a rye, right, before Celtic and Rangers had broken up. The monopoly had been broken up in Scotland during my lifetime.
Right.
It took Elijah Craig less time to release a rye than it did for someone other than Celtic and Rangers to win the title in Scotland. And that's still not even decided yet.
Right. No.
But Rob and I were looking. We knew it was 1985, right? We knew it was the 80s.
Right.
You know, I wasn't super keen on the specifics, even though you've told me many times. And because, obviously, the title happens in May, Rob wasn't born until October. So in neither of our lifetimes have Hearts, or anyone else for that matter, won the league.
Won a league, yeah.
Besides Celtic and Rangers.
Right.
And Elijah Craig, one of the most stubborn whiskey houses in Kentucky, had released a rye in that time.
Right.
And it took them till we were 30 years old
Yeah, no shit.
to do it.
Oh,
That's how much of a stray this is from their business model.
well, I will say it's very good. I certainly think all of the whiskeys we tasted in the top 5, I think, were better.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Like I said, it's deserving of a place on a list, but top 5 would have been a stretch.
Fun
let
list,
alone top
fun
1.
list this year. I think I like last year's list a little bit more. But this has been a better list than a few. There's been a few bad ones.
Yeah. But I'm also not disappointed in the whiskey. It's at least deserving of a place on a list. I mean, the year we did the larceny was number 1. It was good. I'm not even sure it deserved a place on a list, to be honest.
The Jack Bonded year.
Just remembering back.
The Jack Bonded year that Bonded got number 1, and the Dewar's 21 was on that list at number 2, and I'm like,
there's no fucking way.
there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
The Dewar's is so much better. So much better. All right, Mr. Graham, what else should we always do?
Always remember to drink responsibly, ladies and gents.
Won't be doing that next week, because what starts next week for the last 2 weeks of the season, Mr. Graham?
The gin binge.
Fuck yes.
The gin binge.
The
and I
gin
have
binge.
the for next week. I have another Hendrix.
I love that. Perfect.
Do you know what that is?
I remember you telling me there was another Hendrix seasonal, but yeah.
Oh no, it's not a seasonal. This is part of the core line now.
Okay.
And it's called another Hendrix.
Another Hendrix?
Yeah. Because when you go to the bar, Mel, what do you ask for?
Gin and tonic.
Another Hendrix, please.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what they named it.
Another Hendrix.
Another
please.
Hendrix. All white bottle, all white label.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never ordering it that way.
It's delicious.
It might be delicious, but
We'll talk about it next week in depth, but it's
All
cacao beans and orange blossom are the two botanicals that are different.
Fun. Very
cow
cool.
beans.
Cacao.
Cacao. Creamy mouthfeel is what that gives you, not chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I know the cow gives you creamy mouthfeel. Move on.
Mel's still trying to pimp her OnlyFans. It was City's time to set the stage with a solid win. Arsenal answered, but they left it to the end to sort it all out. Manchester City 3, Brentford 0, Arsenal 1, West Ham 0. I have to say, Mr. Graham, City actually looked nervous in the first half.
Yeah,
You could
very much so.
tell they realized, oh, we're chasing it now. We're not in control anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like that draw at Everton shook them, and you
did.
could tell.
And to be fair, Kelleher made a couple of very good saves. There was 4 shots on target in the first half, and Kelleher dealt with everything fairly comfortably. And City just go, oh no, is this one of those days again?
It's gonna be that day.
Is this what's happening now? Excuse me. And they were quite nervous. They looked like it. I mean, in terms of clear-cut chances, they had 15 shots on target. 15 shots in general in the first half. Just 4 of those on target. It's like they were trying to force things.
Right.
And
I said
they
they seemed nervous. They looked unnerved.
It just wasn't coming off.
Now, halftime talks worked. Halftime adjustments worked because once they got the first goal, you just knew a second goal was coming. What you knew was going to happen this time when they got that first goal, they weren't going to give up a 1-0 lead and go down by 2.
Right.
What happened at Everton was not going to happen
Again.
there.
Yeah.
And you knew once they got that goal, you're like, they're going to get a second. They'll be all right. And then you're not surprised that they got a third. But but that first half was not good for them at all. And when they finally got together, great. But it was a little iffy.
So the first and the last goal were both good, right? Doku's fucking world class. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's figuring out how to finish the moves that he creates, right? We've all said he's been very dangerous for a couple of years now.
Right, but he hasn't been.
But there's been no clinical finishing, right? And he even said, it was a very interesting post-match. He even said, and mentioned Raheem Sterling. And he said, because he was a master at that late far post run, right? Raheem Sterling.
Right.
Scored a shit ton of tap-ins.
Right.
He said, I need to be better at that. I need to do what Sterling did. Mm-hmm. He's got the speed to get there. He's got the strength and balance to deal with, defenders bumping him around and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's awesome that for him that he's getting in these positions and he's starting to find the finishing touch. But every goal you score can't be a worldie. Mm-hmm. And he understands that. And he's a player who deserves to score more goals.
Right.
So it's interesting to see him talk about that in the I need to score more tap-ins.
Right.
I should be in these positions more often.
Yeah, I need to put myself in better spots for us.
Which is it's a wonderful insight into, somebody actually trying to improve his game. Mm-hmm. Who has already done so after being levied some criticism, yeah? You had Holland with his weird-ass, crazy legs fucking finish after his initial shot was blocked.
Probably finalizing that he will likely be the Golden Boot winner.
But Marmoush's goal was excellent to round everything off. It's a fine finish to the far post, and that's somebody that needed a goal badly.
Well, and that's when it's interesting because let's take a look at a team like Liverpool where there's people we know are going to be heading out the door, not really showing form very well or not really getting it done. Marmoush, pretty much it's known he got brought in to be a stopgap, and now he's going to get sold on. And a player could easily just, when you get subbed in, just go, fine, I'm just going to run around.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. But it is actually contributing and trying to get this team, the title. But it was impressive.
Do you think he gets sold on? I don't.
Leading rumors is he absolutely
Really?
is getting sold on. Yeah.
So Pep's leaving by all accounts. He's done at the end of the season, regardless of what happens with the title.
Oh, God forbid if the old 115 gets addressed, maybe they'll all be fucking leaving.
Well, true. What I'm saying is obviously Holland is Holland. He wants to move on at some point. He's already said he doesn't want to stay in any one place too long. He wants to play around to the biggest clubs in Europe, all over Europe, right? It'd be interesting to see if Marmoush doesn't go. Well, maybe Holland only has a year left. I've got a 3-year contract. Maybe I stick around for another year under the new boss, see if I can split some time. And then I'll be the main man afterwards.
Okay.
I find that interesting. Now, that being said, he might not want to waste 18 months of his career.
Right.
He might want to go, fuck it.
I want to fucking play right now.
I want to go play right now.
I want to go play. Yeah.
And he was trusted earlier in the season. And now, I mean, for the last 5 months, Pep's barely played him. And I think he only had one, maybe 3-week injury in that stint. It's been him just not playing.
Right.
It's not like he broke his ankle.
Well, I mean,
he's been out for 5 months.
That's Pep for you too. I mean, when he just suddenly loses interest in you, he loses interest in you hard, right? Like,
so it's just an interesting thing. I'd not heard yet that Marmoush was on the chopping block. It doesn't surprise me necessarily, but with Pep potentially leaving by all accounts, and Holland at some point is going to move on. I'm just surprised.
yeah, gotta figure he's going Spain next.
Who, Holland?
Holland.
Yeah, it's going to be an Mbappe for Holland swap,
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Fair enough.
They post similar numbers. It would cost neither club, who doesn't have any money,
Right.
because of these charges looming potentially. I mean, they have money, obviously. They're not supposed to spend it, but they do. It'd be Holland plus $5 million, I'm sure, for Mbappe,
Right.
kind of thing.
So, after the match, all the players, Pep, all of them kind of say the right thing. We need to worry about the next game. We just have to keep winning. Well, what about Arsenal? Blah, blah, blah. And Pep lets down the guard a little bit. At the end of his press conference, he goes, "Come on, you Irons," and crosses the arms as he walks away.
So you heard earlier than that in the press conference, you heard he was asked, he said, "So are you going to be rooting for West Ham on Sunday?" And they said, this was Friday, obviously this happened, on the pre-match pressers. And he said, I'm playing Brentford this weekend. I'm not worried about this game. He gave the political answer at first. And throughout the interview, they kind of keep pressing him. And then, he eventually goes, "Come on, you Irons," like this. And then just gets up and runs away.
And there it is. The stage is now set for your guys, Graham. And frankly, you came out firing. Like the first 20 minutes, it was like, oh, goal's coming. This is going to be just like Fulham. They're going to get them.
And you could feel that, right? Even through the TV, you could see we were turning the screw. Like everything was happening.
And
right?
you could tell West Ham was tense. West Ham was on their heels. They were like,
they did have a chance.
Yeah.
Raya made a very routine save. But that was the only sniff West Ham had, in that opening 20, 25 minutes. The injury to Ben White is what changed the complexity of that.
Everything. Now get into that, because there's a lot of conversation that's gone on around that. Obviously, Zubimendi comes in, but talk about the tactical moves and where that affected the game for you.
So it's a really strange situation, right? We had Miles Lewis-Skelly, who burst on the scene last season as a left back, right? Now, apparently through the academy, played in center midfield, and we've seen over the last few weeks his center midfield performances have been fantastic, right? Atletico Madrid, he bossed the fucking midfield, right? Against Fulham, he put in a dogged, just great display, winning the ball back at every opportunity, and his place in that team allows Declan Rice to go a bit more forward, right? And really, with a better range of passing, Declan Rice has,
of course,
to dictate kind of play.
Coupled with the fact that Odegaard's not really playing a ton, and Eze isn't that pass guy. Eze's a dribble guy, so you need that passer and Rice to be up further because Odegaard's not there.
Exactly, and it's worked over the last few weeks, and Mikel Arteta trusted him again to do this, right? So the logical thing when Ben White goes down injured is Calafiore has played some games at right back and done a job, right? Done very well. And arguably for that first 20, 25 minutes was our best player on the pitch. So to sub in Zubamendi, to move Declan Rice, who's arguably the Premier League's player of the year because of how important he is to Arsenal, right? How much grass he covers, how many tackles he gets in, how much he does a lot of thankless work, right? A lot of nerds.
Graham, the Premier League is not listening. You need to stop doing your Oscar campaigning for fucking Rice.
Listen, a lot of nerds think he should have won it, not Bruno Fernandes, is all I'm saying. And Bruno Fernandes was the PFL Player of the Year, whatever it was, right? Whatever award just came out, it was Bruno Fernandes. He's not even tied Thierry Henry yet. I'm sorry, he's not even broken Thierry Henry's assist record yet. He's tied it. Okay, fine. He's not broken it yet. He's only got 2 games to do so, and I don't think he's going to do it because he's a cunt.
It's only one more.
Fuck him and his big teeth.
Okay, go for it.
Anyway, Declan Rice is more important to Arsenal than he has been, than Bruno Fernandes has been to United since Michael Carrick's taken over.
I'm going to have to debate that.
I'm just being toxic.
I know, clearly.
Honestly, they're both very deserving, to be quite fair. But moving arguably our most important player out of his prime position to play right back is a fucking weird move.
Right.
Especially when Zubamendi plays sideways and backwards passes as a majority of his skill set.
Right.
So if you need somebody to control the game from 60 minutes on when you're 2-0 up, Zubamendi's your guy.
Right.
But if you need a progressive passer that's going to push play and try to go win you the game, he is nowhere near the first 10 names I'd bring off that bench.
Exactly.
Right? And it showed because West Ham then got a foothold in the game. When that decision was made, West Ham got a foothold in the game, and Arsenal ended the second half as the second best team.
Well, the end of the first half, yes.
Or end of the first half, excuse me.
And then
as the second best team.
And then you come out of the second half, and the first move he does is take Calafiore off to quote,
bring in a right back
to fix the situation, but it didn't really kind of fix it.
Well, it did to an extent, right? So Declan Rice went back to midfield, so West Ham stopped having proper chances for a bit because we had control and we were on top with another 70% possession for the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Right.
Because Declan Rice was there.
Right.
Tackles were being made. People were organized. Like, now, Zubamendi was also there. So did we push the initiative? Not really. Right? We still had a lot of sideways and backwards passes because in the position he's in, he's involved in a lot of the play.
But even with you guys starting to do that, West Ham's getting some chances, and there's frankly really...
They got a chance here or there. It was the one header from Tati.
The 1 minute, here's the big one, is the 1 minute, and it's not the Tati one, the one where, was it Somerville came through, and Raya made the dead-to-right save.
Oh, yeah, so... You talk about the Mateus Fernandez?
Yes, that's it. Mateus Fernandez one. That's who got through.
So Somerville started that move, yes. Fernandez was the one on the receiving end of it. I think it's unlucky for West Ham. It fell to the wrong person.
Right.
A striker puts that far post because that's where it's supposed to go.
Right. Bowen puts that away. Somerville puts that away. Tati puts that away.
A midfielder.
If it's Wilson on the pitch, he puts that away.
A midfielder who doesn't score a ton of goals. I think he overthought it. Honestly, looking back at it and trying to be objective in the situation, I think he overthought the situation. You can see him kind of look to the far post and then tries to flick it near post, but Raya was already committed.
Sam, it's real simple. If he was able to wrap his arms around Raya and punch it with his hand, that ball would have been in the back of the net.
He's got 19 feet on the opposite side of the 24-foot goal.
Yeah.
And he tried to squeeze the ball through the 5 foot that David Raya had covered.
Yep.
Is my point.
But
if you look at Callum Wilson and the way he did finish later on, Callum Wilson just goes and flicks it to the far post. No worries. He doesn't try to give anybody the eyes. He finishes the chance.
So with that,
he doesn't try to be cute.
Within that minute, you have that save.
The Tati save, by the way, the diving header,
Yeah.
I think is an underrated save because it was a comfortable height, sure, but he was fucking in full flight and dove at it. That ball had to come in at a fucking mile a minute, and David Raya, very good save,
All right.
which is why he could also be our player of the season.
So I'm trying to get to the point. Makes the big save at one end. Within a minute, Arsenal take the lead. Who is it? Everybody, you know what? Lots of questions about his effort. Should he start? Shouldn't he start? But the one thing you know, when you really need one, somehow Trossard is always the guy. It's always on his foot. The one where you just desperately, all you need is fucking one. Just one. And there was Leandro Trossard. And of course, even though he didn't start, who's the guy who fed the pass?
Well, here's the thing.
You know?
So after that first 20 minutes, right, when that weird substitution was made and Arsenal kind of lost a lot of their impetus, the game immediately screamed out for Odegaard. We need Odegaard. We need somebody that presses, somebody that lifts the team, and somebody that tries to do shit, right? Now, Eza has done a lot of those things, but in terms defensively, Eza's lacking. Right? Doesn't do a whole lot. Where Odegaard begins our press. A lot of times runs beyond Gyökeres to begin the press on the goalkeeper, right? Eza just doesn't do that. And that's okay. It's a different styles. Not a criticism. It's just different. But Odegaard is much more of a leader in that sense, where he's like, boys, come on, follow me.
Yeah,
right?
we're doing this.
It's like what I do when we played DU and we were in a shit state, and I would just crack somebody and go, would you all fucking care now, please? I got this yellow, so you all would fucking care.
Right. Now
And
let's
then
go.
people would respond. Right? That's what Odegaard does without being a hard ass. Right? It's by his own effort. And he changed that game, period, point blank. I don't know what's going on with them, and I can't find any definitive answer online. The morning of the game, which is a dick move on her part, I don't know what happened in their marriage. Leandro Trossard's wife apparently hasn't been pictured with a ring on for 18 months. The morning of this game, deleted every shred of evidence of him on her social media.
Oh, Jesus.
The English media blew up, as they always do. Kylian Mbappe liked Real Madrid's post, so he has to be moving there next weekend. Back when he was with PSG.
Right.
They all go nuts over this stuff, right? She deleted every shred of Leandro Trossard from her social media the morning of the fucking game. Now, he has a trademark celebration. We've all seen it. It's this.
Right.
Yeah. I can't see you. I got to use my binoculars. I don't know where you're at, right? Kind of thing. I don't know if you saw.
Because he has raccoon eyes.
I don't know if you saw the fucking. I didn't know he was that swole, to be honest. This is 5'8" fucking little meatball. This guy, right? He was fucking. Everything was popped when he was flexing, slapping a badge, and then he just kind of looks up and gives this smirk. That's like, oh, you want to leave me, do you? Which was interesting.
Yeah.
And then as he's kind of backtracking towards the halfway line, does his signature celebration.
Right.
But it was arguably the biggest game of his career. And that's when you chose to do what you did. Right. It's just a bit of a weird thing. Even if you hate the guy, like, leave his job alone. You know the media is going to do it. I think it's a bit of a strange thing.
You know how marriages go, and sometimes there's some wrath.
But for him to stand up and do it,
yeah,
I was very proud of him.
Yeah.
I was very proud of him. And it is all in retrospect, because while we were there, we weren't on social media a ton, obviously. We're running around the stadiums. We're doing this, that, the other. We're, all this kind of stuff. Didn't hear even a mention of any of their wives, to be honest, about anything going on. But then for this shitstorm to blow up immediately following the game, it was like, oh, that's interesting. And then his celebration, normally he's quick on the eyes, and he wasn't. And I think that smirk tells a lot, right?
Fair.
And it was pretty cool. It was pretty fucking cool and good on him. But it was Odegaard again. The quick feet, cut inside, bang, little pass. It took a wee deflection, fine, but it was a good finish. And Arsenal win the game 1-0 because there was nothing else to talk about the rest of the match.
Exactly.
Nobody needs to mention anything.
So the match is coming to a conclusion, and
as it should have. It should have been done already, in my opinion.
And honestly, at this point too, Arsenal seemingly has done what they needed to do. But then there's a corner kick, and within the corner kick, ball bounces around the box. Callum Wilson slots it away. Barely over the line, but goal line technology says it's in.
Declan Rice did chest the ball out of the goal, but Declan Rice was about 2 yards behind the line.
Right. So
now he did everything he could, right? I mean, he was already sliding. Like it was a bad situation.
But that
Pretty
means,
sure it was Declan Rice.
But that means fuck all. So
it means nothing. Yeah.
So-
Now I do want to mention real briefly going into this. Arteta then subbed off Zubamendi. Before this, which a lot of professionals, even if you're not the one that does it, could take offense to this.
Right.
And that could have upset the balance of the team just on what the fuck are you doing? So the substitute got substituted and he wasn't injured.
Right.
That's a very embarrassing thing for a lot of footballers. And a lot of his teammates could have taken exception to that. And they still went to go do their jobs.
Well, I think that's also because they knew that Arteta was doing it because Arteta knew he made the mistake.
Yeah. True.
And Arteta admitted as much
it's
as well
still
after
very
the match.
embarrassing.
Right.
It's still very embarrassing.
So a lot of times too, but when that happens a lot of times too, it's because the fucking player deserved it because they went out and did a shit job.
Yeah, I mean, it completely unbalanced the team. It was the wrong decision.
But
you should have brought in Mosquera, left right to the midfield. Arsenal would have been 2-0 up at halftime.
Yep. So here's the thing that that hung everything up.
This is the wild bit. This is the controversy.
VAR wants to take a look at it. Was David Raya impeded? At first look, it just looks like two players coming together, right?
At first glance, yeah.
Pablo and Raya coming together. They both have equal right to the ball. You need to win the ball. And we've seen this happen a lot more in the Prem this year where the goalkeepers union is not always getting the benefit of the doubt. Then you take a quick look and you see the still frame and you see Pablo's hand, his fingers fully grasped around his forearm and his thumb completely around the other side of his arm.
I mean,
legitimately pulling
like this.
his arm away from catching the ball.
And his arm across his chest, which holds his right arm down.
Yeah.
And he's holding his left arm.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's a definite foul. It 100% is a foul. He's also having his shirt pulled on the back end by somebody else.
Now, from there, it's for me, it was absolutely 110% a foul. You were grabbing, let's take away the arm across. Let's take away the jersey pull. Let's take away. It is. He has a hold of his arm. That left arm was kept from him being like, you could see the ball was going to go directly.
He still touched the ball, but he could have caught the ball
directly into his W. He would have caught the ball. There is no doubt about it that he would have caught that ball. And the arm gets pulled away. Now, what sucks is that VAR then decided to take 289 fucking minutes to figure that out, which then makes you go, if it's not clear and obvious immediately, it's clearly not clear and obvious.
So we've talked about this all season.
Yeah.
Clear and obvious is no longer a standard.
It's just not.
They say it,
It ain't a standard.
It's no longer a standard. The biggest criticism I've heard is the whataboutism.
Right.
Well, what about this decision? What about that decision? What about Ben White on whoever at Manchester United was the goalkeeper at that time? I don't remember. What about this guy? What about that guy?
Vanderven, two hands pushing Jordan Pickford in the chest as he headed the ball into the back of the net.
What I'm going to say you're not going to want to hear.
No.
Nobody is. And that's fine. And you could say it, it's my bias or it is what it is. I think I'm being objective. you cannot be mad at a referee for making the right decision, period.
Mm-hmm.
They got to the right decision. It was a foul. That's the right decision.
Right.
What you could be mad at a referee or an organization in Pugmole or whoever for is not applying the law consistently across all games.
Mm-hmm.
Be mad at the shit they got wrong, not the shit they got right.
Right.
The shit they got right because that's their fucking job.
Right.
So leave it alone.
Yeah, it's
Be mad at the shit they got wrong. And I understand the standard should be better. Did my team benefit from the time they got it right? Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Are there teams that lost out on that because they got it wrong?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But that's the problem.
Right.
Not the fact that they got it right.
Right. The fact that they got this call right is good. And then I didn't like the commentators being like, well, they're grabbing there. They're doing. No.
That's not the point.
We're looking at one fucking thing.
I said this to you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, the explanation was after was this was the foul that happened first.
Right.
Right? I said this to you before. Jordan Pickford broke Virgil van Dijk's ACL into a million pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And should have been red carded for a knee-high challenge.
Moment of silence for the Dutch tulip. Thank you.
Doesn't matter because there was an offside beforehand. So everything that happened after
Meant
is
nothing.
moot.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Didn't happen.
The offside happened first, which meant the play was dead.
Yep.
He made a genuine football move. He didn't just go like throat chop the guy, right?
Yeah.
So you can't call violent conduct. You can't say that. It was a normal football challenge that happened to tear his ACL.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So this is that same situation, right? This foul happened before Declan Rice's bear hug.
Yeah.
But who are you to say that the jersey pull on the backside didn't happen before Declan Rice's bear hug? Fuck
Right.
off.
Right.
Right?
Well, hold on.
That's why it took 7 minutes or whatever it was, 6 minutes, whatever it was, is sorting out.
Precedent has been set. Remember, Bernardo Silva bear hugging Merlin Roll the week before. Bear hugs are perfectly fine, apparently. They're perfectly fine.
But this is the point, right? Begrudge the consistency.
Right.
I don't disagree with you.
Now,
I don't disagree with you. But when they do get it right, you cannot complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
You can only complain about the shit they get wrong. Within the laws of the game, this was a foul and it was called properly. Yeah. So leave it alone. Sorry about your fucking luck. If it hands the title to the worst fan base in the Premier League, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. It's the right call.
So here's the one last thought, and then I've got a final question for you. Is the people are now going to say this play right here, this moment,
Because they're
this
a bunch of
VAR
bitches.
is what decided the title. And I would like to remind everybody the title was decided when City had a 1-0 lead at Everton and couldn't hold on to it and had to score at the death to get a draw.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the title, if in fact Arsenal hold on to win, you win the next two and you win the title, it was not lost. It was not won because of a VAR call. It was lost by City at Everton. That is where it was lost, 100%.
That's the moment it was lost. Let's also remind City supporters they dropped 5 points to Spurs this season.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Spurs took 4 points off City this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a draw and a win against City this season. And they're still fighting for their fucking lives.
Right.
Let's not forget that, right? That City had it in their hands from the beginning, and they fucked it off.
So, final question, Mr. Graham. Have the Gunners gotten past the roadblock?
Yeah, we win the title now, and it's decided because of this weekend. We have two teams that don't give a fuck, and we're going to roll them.
All right, Graham. So we're 42 minutes into our 45-minute show.
Sweet. Let's do this quick then. Should be pretty simple.
Champions League is on the verge of having 6 teams, and it's not going to be a big 6 side vying for the final spot.
Also, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, part of that has to do.
Part of it has to do with Villa.
Villa.
That's true too. But Villa have to finish in 5th and win the Unai Emery Trophy.
You're already. I haven't even said the scores of the game and the teams that are involved, and then we will get into exactly that. Okay.
Sorry.
Bournemouth won,
I
Fulham
jumped
0.
the gun.
Brighton 3. Geck, at least let me talk. Wolves 0.
I haven't been on the mic in a while. You know what that means.
You're all fucking feisty. This is the scenario, is that if Villa come in 5th or 6th place, now 6th place could happen. One of these two teams could come
overtake
in 5th.
them, yeah.
But if Villa finishes in 5th or 6th place, which likely they'll finish in 5th, and win Europa, 6th place will now be going to the Champions League. So 6 teams. That then means they lose a Europa spot, right?
Mm-hmm. It's only the FA Cup winner.
Only a 7th place team will go, right? Because of the FA Cup winner. That could be Chelsea.
If it's City,
then
7th place goes.
Yes. 8th place is...
If it's Chelsea, though...
7th goes to Conference League.
7th will go to Conference League, not Europa League.
And 8th gets nothing.
8th gets nothing, correct.
Right. So, but if it's City...
Fucking hell, this is
if it's
wild
City,
now.
Then suddenly, 7th is going to Europa League. 8th is going to Conference League.
Let's be honest, it's going to be City in it.
Yeah, it's going to be City. and then, if Palace win the Conference League... They're going to Europa, and 9 teams for the second year in a row will be going. Now, not a ton to talk about in these 2 games because they're one wasn't particularly thrilling other than everybody decided to get red cards, like really bad red cards.
No shit.
And that's really the storyline in the fact that Bournemouth was able to score late.
So Bournemouth are losing Iraola, obviously, right at the end of the season. He's already announced he's leaving. We don't know where he's going yet. He's one of the ones that are primed for a much bigger job. Manchester United, Newcastle, all sorts of clubs have been mentioned. Liverpool being one of them as well. But this kid, Ryan, who came in out of fucking nowhere, kind of replacing Semenyo in a sense.
Yeah, has been
absolutely phenomenal. And another brilliant strike from him is what sees Bournemouth over the line here. And in a weekend, which will obviously Brighton got the win as well, so they kind of keep pace with each other. Now Villa dropped a point, or dropped a couple of points in their game against Burnley. Kind of understandably so. In the context of things here, it's down to these 2 teams. I mean, with Fulham losing, they're effectively eliminated completely.
Yeah, they're not out of it. There's still a chance.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Yeah,
both of these teams are in form, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing anything.
Brentford has still, while dropping points, has still been decent.
And Chelsea you can't rely on for fuck all.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it really, in my mind, it's Bournemouth and Brighton coming into this.
Right.
I don't know that either of them are going to lose any games on the way out. I think Brighton playing City this weekend may be the only draw that happens for them.
It's not Brighton City. It's Bournemouth. Bournemouth play City, but they play them next Tuesday. Not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
I thought Brighton City was this weekend.
No. Brighton's already played them. It's FA Cup final this weekend.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Brighton are home to Leeds.
Heard.
So here's what I do want to get to. Really, there's not a ton more to really say about this match other than I don't know why in both instances the ref showed yellow first. I think those were 2 of the most clear-cut death lunges ever. Spikes up fucking Bruce Lee chop kick through the fucking leg. Christie's was bad, and then Joachim Anderson was like, hold my beer. I could do worse.
I could do better, yeah.
He went double-footed at his knee.
It was like that old Mia Hamm Michael Jordan commercial. Anything you could do, I could do better.
And I'm more appalled that the referee had to go look at the screen.
Yeah.
Those are the most straightaway red cards I've ever seen in my life.
And if you need to look at the screen after those things, you honestly need to professional
eval. Yeah, you need
evaluation.
Yeah, you need an evaluation
about where you're at.
No fucking doubt about it.
Horrific.
And the other thing too, both teams are aspiring for Europe, but you're near the end of the season. Where the fuck all this bloody murder come from? Y'all ain't even rivals and shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But everybody wants it, right? I mean, they're trying to.
And
Marco Silva could be up for a job as well,
right?
With all these big jobs open.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to get past I look past the smaller teams thing. All of a sudden.
Well, that's
should have done that in October.
Also for Joachim Anderson, that's now 2 Reds this season. For someone when he was at Palace didn't get any, seemed to keep his shit together.
Well, he has to be the bad boy on the old Fulham estate, you know.
Well, and
it
then,
doesn't take much.
And then we
be a bad boy in those
move on
parts.
to the next game, and within 5 minutes.
Get my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull, go fuck yourself.
Now, Brighton were good. They deserved the win,
It was
but
2-0 within 5 fucking minutes, man.
but you still have to take your chances, right? I mean, Brighton were good in the game.
Right.
Wolves, it's more of a travesty of you've all already booked your holiday.
Wolves have a natural predator.
Get my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull, go fuck yourself.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
the natural
I mean,
predator.
they-
It's the fucking seagull.
They pecked their fucking eyes out, didn't they? I mean, listen to this. Wolves managed 1 shot on target, 5 shots overall.
Mhm.
Brighton had 72% possession.
Yeah.
14 shots, 6 on target, 36 touches in the opposition box to Wolves 15. They had 4 big chances to Wolves 2, scored 3 of them, obviously. Wolves scored none. And Wolves only committed 11 fouls.
That third goal was a nice little hustle goal, too.
That was brilliant. The little touch on the inside of the left boot for Minta was brilliant. Just put him into acres of space at the edge of the 6. The touch was good,
Yeah,
but it wasn't Zidane.
right.
It wasn't Ronaldinho. It wasn't fucking any one of these players. He took out the entire Wolves team with a little back heel, not back heel, but inside of his left boot.
Yeah.
How do you get done that bad by a player that's not that skillful?
So, Graham, I'm standing by this, and I'm standing by it, namely because I have Burnley in 20th place in my predictions. Telling you, stand by it. Wolves are finishing above Burnley. Why? Because Wolves and Burnley play each other for the final game of the season, and Wolves are going to win the final game. I'm standing by that shit.
Wolves played Burnley the final
At
day.
Burnley, yeah.
Fuck off. That is going to be the worst final game ever.
Graham, you know how I write out the whole timeline? I think the lines will just be in the 25th minute, Burnley and Wolves are playing. On to the 26th minute, some goal in a game.
Just toss them in there.
In the 87th minute,
They're still playing right now.
Wolves traveled to Turf Moor to play Burnley. They are both been seen with full squads on the pitch.
Yeah. I can't think of a more unenthusiastic hand job.
Yeah, oh my God. Jesus.
I would rather attempt to get a hand job off Bigby,
to
be honest, than watch that game.
To quote our good friend Danny Paletti, it's going to be 2 shit football teams played in a shit football match.
Yeah.
And really, the only last thing to note here between these two teams with both Bournemouth and Brighton, Brighton are only 2 points back, but they have a much bigger positive goal differential.
Yeah.
So for Bournemouth, you got to keep winning. For Bournemouth, that City match means something. And I said it with Geck, and I'll say it here to you. I feel City are going to drop more points. I said it was going to be somewhere between Brentford, Palace, and Bournemouth, and my money is on Bournemouth that's where they drop the points.
I think it was Bournemouth I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought City played Brighton again.
It's Bournemouth they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Bournemouth. And I'm telling you, I and it's at the Vitality. And especially Bournemouth wins again this weekend. They're still on their unbeaten run. But, I see them getting a point.
But again, with the way City had that first 30 minutes or whatever it was, that they looked a bit nervous. I just don't see.
Let's not forget, Bournemouth beat City at the Vitality last year. Remember, Bournemouth was the hard ass out at the Vitality last year.
Yep.
They took a lot of fucking. They were doing.
That's true.
They were doing what Sunderland was doing this year to people in their building. That's what they were doing last year. And you're going to win the league before the final game because City's going to drop a point. City's going to drop, like, you'll win your next game, your game against Burnley, and then City will play. They'll drop a point, and then it won't matter. The title will already be won as you walk into Palace on the final day of the year.
I hope so.
Rounding out the rest of the league so draws happen. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1, Sunderland 0, Manchester United 0, Villa 2, Burnley 2, Everton 2, Palace 2. Graham, are we detecting a theme? Forest 1, Newcastle 1, Leeds 1, Spurs 1. That's right, boys and girls. The most end of shit season ever, like that could ever happen, is 6 of the fucking matches being draws.
Now,
did anybody tell these teams like they're playing for European spots and survival and shit? Like,
so there was a couple entertaining games.
Oh yeah,
Everton Palace was pretty entertaining. Villa Burnley was pretty entertaining in stretches, but Liverpool Chelsea only managed 6 shots on target between 2 of the premier clubs in the country, with over $1 billion of talent on the field.
Liverpool put 2 off the post.
You have Sunderland, Manchester United, one of which, Manchester United, is who I'm talking about, is a form team in the country at the moment, right?
Yeah,
with Michael Carrick
trying to win 5 games in a row so that bloke can cut his hair.
Yeah, but you see how the first half of the season went with Amram in charge, and now you've got Carrick. Well, rattled off 10 wins out of 14 or whatever it is. Bang, we're guaranteed Champions League. Let's take the day off, son.
Yeah, let's get one fucking shot on target.
What are you thinking about? Burnley, this was their last hurrah. Thank you. I mean, it goes on. Elliot Anderson willed Forest over the line. I mean, it just wasn't a lot in any of these games, to be quite fair.
So in the case of Villa and Burnley, Villa was interesting because obviously we do want to mention they made it to the Europa final. I was bullish that they were going to win by 3 at home. They ended up winning by 4 over Forest in the second leg.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of, if you know anything about Unai Emery, you know
he loves that trophy.
And in that second leg
there were
at
some
Villa
pundits,
Park, you were like, it's happening.
There were some pundits saying that if he wins it with Villa, which in all likelihood I think they will.
I tend to agree.
I think they've got this one in the bag. They said when he dies, they should posthumously name the Europa League trophy the Unai Emery Trophy.
Yeah, no shit.
Because he's easily won it more than any other manager will ever win it.
But I will say what Villa did happen to Villa was they gave up an early lead, which they've been doing all season. They managed to come back and go up 2-1, and they should have just seen it out. And a great goal from Fleming. I will say the 2 goals from Burnley were very good goals. They were good goals. Very good goals.
And honestly, the Watkins goal was a terrible mistake by Burnley, to be honest. But Villa will be disappointed going up 2-1 to not see that game out.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
also just seeing that one out, you're kind of, Liverpool had dropped points, you would have jumped them and moved into 4th, and you could have just seen it out. You'd have been fine, right? Now, honestly, the most entertaining of all these draws was Everton Palace, right?
Yes.
This had some great goals. It had some great saves. A lot of missed opportunities from both sides. Yeah. Like a lot of missed opportunities.
I mean, when we saw Beto 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, put that ball out for a throw-in, essentially, before it was blocked, right? I mean, we saw the trajectory of the ball.
And who would have thought
horrific.
Tamir Boom would do the same thing in this match, worse.
Yeah, but not even that. I'm talking about Beto's actual goal.
Oh, it was a beaut.
How the fuck did he manage to sort his feet out?
That was an absolute
When 2 weeks
beaut.
ago, it was easier to score than it was to do what he did, and he
Yeah.
did that instead.
Yeah.
So this was an amazing little set of feet from Beto to win the to get the second goal rather, not win the game, but to get the second goal.
The first goal, it's not surprising to say, oh, the first goal was Tarkovsky on a corner. It is odd to say Tarkovsky tapping it in with his foot on the far post all by himself.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on, it's normally a header, right? But then
I'm surprised he didn't just kick somebody in the chest just because.
But then,
to be fair,
we've talked about this too. The Keane-Tarkovsky pairing, they're real slow. They're both older players. Both the goals were results of Keane not stepping out, making mistakes. And honestly, once Palace realized they could get at us, they went right at us. Truthfully, we had opportunities, but Palace probably had the better chances. Probably should have beat us. Probably should have beat us. And that's a hell of a note considering they were on 3 days rest. Like, we should have looked a lot better than we did. But as a whole, of all these draws, this was the only one really interesting.
Yeah, I also think that this happened on Saturday.
No, Sunday.
This happened Sunday.
Yeah.
But it was before Arsenal, though.
Yeah, it was the game match before.
So Palace weren't mathematically safe yet until Arsenal beat West Ham.
Right.
So I think you got a little bit of effort
Right.
from
Because they're
Palace
wanting
out of
to
that.
survive.
I think now you're not going to see that effort in these last 2 games. No. 3 games for Palace. But I think they're going to be resting a fair few players. You're going to get a lot of 45-minute or 60-minute appearances.
Yeah, because it's all for the final now.
Stretch your legs. Don't get injured. We're chilling.
Yeah.
And it's all about the Europa Conference League final now. Because for them, we said this earlier, you've got a team here that has never won a trophy before, right? 18 months ago. They've now got an FA Cup, a Community Shield, not a major trophy.
Still a fucking trophy.
But it's still a trophy. And a trophy for a club that's never won a trophy, right? And now you've got a chance to be a European champion. Not the European champion, but a European champion. And get you into a better conversation for next year, a better competition for next year, where you have a chance to make more money, more this, more that, attract better players, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to lose Mateta. You're going to lose, some of these guys are going to be moving on. It's a massive deal, which is now for the rest of the season, we could play our fucking Max Dowman schoolmates and we'd beat Palace on the last day of the season.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they only give a fuck about that final.
Also couple that in with World Cup coming up, right?
Correct.
Perfect example. Wolves, Buonanotte, one of their best players of the season, plays for Haiti. Haiti's in their first World Cup ever. I guarantee you, Buonanotte, because he has not been playing, but he's been on the bench. He never even gets brought in as sub. Guarantee you he's been like, I ain't fucking playing, coach.
Yeah.
I am not risking.
It's not hurting his
I'm
chance.
not risking that.
It's not like Kolo Muani for Spurs, right? Who sucks fucking asshole this season, worried about his France spot.
Right.
Or Mateta, who's worried about his France spot. Mateta wants to play, even though he doesn't want to play for Palace anymore.
Right.
He has to play to earn that France spot.
Yeah.
Right? You have all these players ahead of you, Mbappe, you've got Desiree Doué, you've got all these players ahead of you. He wants to be part of that France team, right?
So let's get to the last 2. With Forest and Newcastle, it's very simple. Forest needed a draw. That's what they knew they needed. And they played like it while it was 0-0. And then when Barnes got Newcastle up 1-0.
Great goal, by the way.
Very good goal. The minute he scores and makes it 1-0, Forest put the pressure on because they knew they needed a draw. So Forest did exactly what they needed to do that day. Of all the matches where you go, ooh, that's a draw, like of all the draws, you're like, that one makes sense. That one at least makes, because And the one disappointing thing, and I think it is ultimately why Howe will probably move on from Howe, is it's a broken record. Newcastle just keeps dropping points from leads every fucking week, it seems.
But here's the thing about Newcastle and Forest. I think Forest should have won the game. If they had Morton Gibbs-White.
That makes a difference. And it certainly made a difference in the Europa semifinal as well.
And I think exactly what I was about to say. I think that informed Villa's absolute trouncing. Don't get me wrong. I think Villa would have won.
Well, I think Villa too in that match. Emery went, they're missing their top guy. Let's put him to the sword immediately,
Correct.
and they did.
Correct. I think it informed the emphatic nature. I don't think it informed the result itself, if that makes sense. I think Villa win 2-0 comfortably in that Europa League semifinal, and Forest go away 2-1 on Ag. Because I don't think Morton Gibbs-White is good enough to really drag them over the line. I think in a 38-game season, Morgan Gibbs-White provides you a lot of moments of brilliance that keep you in the league. But in a one-off game, I don't think he can really do it for you. So for Forest here, without him, I think is trouble. What they did have was Elliot Anderson, who used to play for Newcastle. You had Chris Wood, who used to play for Newcastle. And you had some players with a axe to grind. And they got them over the line without Morton Gibbs-White. And that's the important bit.
Now let's get to the final one, the one that happened today. Richarlison was lucky. I think there's a good, fair shout for him to being sent off.
Yeah.
He very much swung that arm around.
I don't disagree with that.
Sam, I like Richarlison. He's one of my former guys. I'm a Richarlison defender, and you've heard me do it.
I know.
He deserved to go off.
Stand the fucking weird little pigeon.
He deserved to go off. He swung around and punched him right in the fucking face. That was...
He deserved to be
He should have been gone.
Yeah.
That's, again, the whole VAR thing we've talked about, where they're allowing the circumstance to dictate the decision. He should have been gone.
To be sent off.
But then Tell's goal.
Brilliant.
What a fucking hit.
What a strike.
And
it's a very good goal.
They go crazy. The fans go crazy. Everything seems to be going their way. And then
they give away a boneheaded penalty.
And then he turns around. The fuck are you doing? That's the most Spursy forward thing ever. I'm going to try to pull off a goddamn overhead kick from inside my own box.
So stupid.
Great idea if you're at the other end of the pitch. Most stupidest thing ever. Like
in your own box. Yeah.
Because if that was a smart idea, you'd see center backs doing that shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
What's one thing you never see a center back do? Do a goddamn overhead kick. Ever.
Very rare. Very rare.
Ever. Like, it's to try to clear it off the line, and normally they miss it horribly and flail all over the place, right? I mean, I'll tell you what, Tell didn't miss. I mean, he cracked Ampadu right in the fucking head. I mean, that's about it.
He did make contact, for sure.
And then
definite penalty.
Calvert-Lewin with the cheeky down the middle with a bullet. Like, I'm just going to hit it real fucking hard right down the middle.
It's a huge opportunity missed for Tottenham, obviously, here because of our result with West Ham. Tottenham could have kind of set themselves 4 points apart, but with this result, with that penalty, they keep West Ham within touching distance.
Right.
They only have a 2-point lead.
Here's the thing, too, Sam. They almost lost it. Remember the villain Kinski? The villain Kinski from the Atletico getting pulled and Vicario ultimately getting hurt and being out for the rest of the year? Remember... He's why you fucking didn't lose that game. He made a couple of goddamn brilliant saves. Sorry, Russ. Not sorry, Russ. I mean, that one at the end, that could very well be the moment that saves them from going out of the Premier League. That's how minute that one moment is.
Well, and you could say that about Raya with the save from the diving header or the Fernandez chance.
One-on-one, yep.
These things are sliding doors moments, right? I mean, these things are moments that win you titles, that keep you in the league that you're in, that or potentially send you down and potentially have you crying in your fucking hands again, right? I mean, these are why goalkeepers are important. These are moments. I mean, Gabrielle's block for one of the West Ham chances, right? These are moments that you look to and go, fuck, that was a quarter inch away from being a goal, right? If it wasn't for that goalkeeper or that defender or that whatever it was, those sliding doors moments, that's a massive, massive deal. You know,
my sliding door moment, Sam, was a couple years ago when we were building our grounds. A lot of Spurs supporters going, it's going to be the prettiest ground in the championship. What's going to suck? The final game of the season? Everton's going to send you down and make your stadium the prettiest stadium in the championship.
Sure money.
it's absolutely true. I've lost my last 2 weeks, so I'm down to 882, I believe it is. I'll double check that. But I think I'm up 882 overall. And I'm going to have probably a 7-game parlay as I look at this. But we'll see what happens. Why don't you tell us what you got going on?
I am down $2,667.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
5.882352941% of the time. It works 100% of the time, Mr. Graham.
Nice.
You know, I because there's the FA Cup and everything, I only have a
9-way parlay.
Legit, just a 9-way parlay, betting all the matches that are happening with the midweek to the weekend. And I didn't really get very good odds because I actually bet pretty rationally. I've got City to win, Villa Liverpool to draw, Manchester United to win, Fulham to win, Everton to win, Brighton to win, Brentford and Palace to draw, West Ham to win, and Arsenal to win.
Nice.
That would make me plus $2,212.18.
Love it.
Now, that won't get me to the black if I hit that one, where the other ones were going to have me be like 100,000 up.
Nice.
So
okay.
So a little bit more realistic odds this go around.
So I've got 8 games.
All righty.
I'm doing straight money lines.
All right.
Okay.
9-way parlay.
Why can't you be like me? Just
okay,
one more.
You want me to do one more?
Yeah, I want
I'll
you
do
to
a
have
9.
9-way parlay.
Yeah, but I also want the show to be over because you said it was going to be 45 minutes and we're already at like $1.10.
I'll do another one. Okay, I got it.
You
9-way.
You missed.
I got
up.
9 legs.
9-way parlay.
All right, so I've got City to beat
Not
Palace.
good gambling.
I've got City to beat Palace midweek. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Villa to beat Liverpool.
Okay.
I think that happens. I think they solidify their place. Liverpool aren't good. Villa are at home. I've got Manchester United to beat Nottingham Forest, since they're also now safe.
So I picked up.
I've got Everton to beat Sunderland because Sunderland in a bad way, and you're at the Hill Dicky.
Yep.
And you can't beat the Hill Dicky Bramley Moore, whatever it's called. I have Brighton to beat Leeds, even though Leeds are at home.
I have Brighton to beat Leeds too.
Leeds are safe, and you have Brighton vying for a European place. I think that's
Exactly
an
why I picked it.
important result. Fulham to beat Wolves because Wolves obviously don't fucking care.
Right.
So even if Fulham look past them, they'll accidentally win.
Apparently, adorable little houses will be their next fucking natural predator.
They will accidentally win that game. Newcastle or draw with West Ham.
I got draw because West Ham needs it desperately.
And I think Newcastle's a very difficult place to go. And I think Eddie Howe might be playing for his job.
Okay, fair enough.
So I think they get a result at some capacity. I got Arsenal beat Burnley, obviously. And then I have Brentford to beat Palace on Sunday.
Very good. What's that make you?
a lot of fucking money, mates.
Very good.
This. Wait, what do you mean some of my selections can't be played? Get fucked. What are you talking about? I don't know what's happening here.
Okay.
I was like plus $3,000.
Okay. Then remove the one game and make it plus 3,000. You're fine.
I will. I'm not sure what happened.
All right, we're coming to a screeching
no, it's
halt
gonna be
here.
It's gonna be very simple here.
Mhm.
Bang, bang, bang,
This is
bang.
quite entertaining, isn't it?
I know.
Producer
I have to redo it. I don't know why this happened.
Mel? And see producer Mel's
Bang.
eyes rolling.
She's annoyed by me. I know it's not my
I'm
fault.
debating, like, do I edit this out, or is this the kind of
No,
annoying
let it
shit
go.
that
They
Taylor
love
likes?
this.
Huh.
They love it when I fuck up.
Hey, Mel,
Admin, not a strong suit.
It's their most favorite thing when I fuck up.
is Geck better than Grammy?
Yes.
Because he had his bet ready and he didn't even have to do a bet.
Yeah, no, Geck definitely.
All right, I'm gonna post it later because it's still not giving me odds. I've deleted game after game and it's not giving me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, Mr. Graham.
Oh, here we go. I deleted the double chance Newcastle game. 7 picks plus 4,523. Says Villa, United, Everton, Fulham, Brighton, and Arsenal to win their games.
Very good. All righty.
And I'm putting $5 on it right now.
Mr. Graham, we talked about this ahead of time. I am going to be hijacking your parting words.
Perfect by me because I didn't have any to really talk about.
The playoffs in the lower leagues. We're not doing an EFL show. We did our final one. Geck and I did one last week. We're going to be talking about the EFL playoffs here on this show. For those of you who did not listen to it for 2 years, we did a really fun show just about the lower leagues, and we're not doing it anymore because we need to just set
Cut
boundaries.
time.
We
Yeah.
need to set boundaries in our life. In the championship, the one main reason why we weren't going to do an EFL show is because the first legs, Sam, of the EFL championship both resulted in 0-0 draws.
Absolutely horrific games as well.
The most championship thing a championship could ever championship. But today, Hull, after not getting any goals in the first half, both sides, so that was 3 of the 4 halves of football, there were no fucking goals. Hull finally defeated Millwall 2-0. So we are not going to have to worry about Millwall potentially coming up to the Premier League, especially if West Ham goes down. Because
I really want Spurs to stay up now.
Yeah. Now,
Because then we get an East London derby.
so Hull is moving
Next
on.
year.
Yes, Hull is moving on to the final. Going to be at Wembley. In the other match, Saints and Borough had a 0-0. But here's the funny thing: the first leg at Borough, there was a bunch of story about apparently a Saints representative at the Borough practice grounds videotaping. And the commentators, the crowd's going crazy, and they're like, this has real drama. There's a lot on the line. And then they proceed to have a 0-0 game. Fucking, like, this
It doesn't help. It's very embarrassing for the spy. Did you video the wrong part of training? What, like, why? If you had an upper hand, how did you 0-0 it?
Yeah. How did
Right?
you 0-0 it?
But the best part was it did not stop the Borough supporters from chanting, "We caught you wanking in the bushes! You're wanking in the bushes!" Which was brilliant because he
Fucking
was
brilliant.
caught in a hedge.
Yes. Fucking brilliant.
FaceTiming an assistant coach.
So that game happened Tuesday. So when this gets released, that game will be happening in the afternoon. League One, Bolton beat Bradford City 1-0. And Stockport beat Stevenage 1-0. Both of those games are on Wednesday and Thursday to see who advances to Wembley.
Okay.
League Two.
At least there were goals.
Yeah. League Two.
Like the first legs of the championship.
Knots beat Chesterfield 1-0. And Salford, the baby Man U, got their revenge on
Salford
Grimsby
City.
Town. Yeah. Salford won 2-1 over Grimsby. So
Oh.
that's what we're going into the final legs of that. That'll be determined over the weekend. So,
I heard that's the fourth Horcrux to kill Ruben Amorim.
Very heard.
is knocking Grimsby Town out of a competition.
Then the final one, the big one to talk about. This is bittersweet because we're kind of rooting for both teams, but in the National League playoff final, you had Rochdale playing the mighty Wood, Boreham Wood.
106-point Rochdale.
Yes, 100-point Rochdale.
You deserve to go up just on merit.
Versus the FA Cup darlings, Boreham Wood, who have never been in the professional ranks, right?
Near and dear to this parish, the old Wood.
The Wood are up 2-0 in the second half.
It's in your hands, boys.
Rochdale scored 2, including 1 at the death to take it to 2-2. Go to injury time, stalemate, go to penalties.
To extra time.
Extra time, yes.
Yeah.
Stalemate, go to penalties. Boreham Wood only manages to make 1 of their 4 penalties.
Did you all not practice this? What is your problem?
Rochdale advances. So the right team got promoted. The right team got promoted, but the Wood.
But also the banter for a 106-point team to not get promoted would have been brilliant.
Sam, injury time joke, but literally the Wood had it in their hands, man.
Oh, yeah.
The Wood was in their hands.
Big time.
And they failed.
Mel's shaking her head there. She's not happy with that.
Not happy with it at all.
It might be the title of the show, to be honest. The Wood had it in their hands.
She's like, I won't allow it. Look, we got away with Dolph. We got away with that one.
Dolph.
All right,
Dolph.
Next up is injury time. We're going to talk about the beers we were drinking, checking on our adopted club, take a quick peek at the uncompleted week of fantasy because there's some fun ass name changes, and of course preview the weekend's action. Mr. Graham, should somebody want to support the show or get this show ad-free, how do they go about doing it?
Very easy. Patreon.com/DFootball Show. Sign up to that $1 tier, and you'll get an hour and 20-minute show when I promised you it was going to be 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Very simple.
Beat me to the punch.
Hour 20, you probably get it in an hour 18 without ads if you paid that $5, so it's fine.
Well, no, it'll still be an hour 20. There'll just be another 3 minutes of ads. Till next week, everybody.
Good night. Feetfinder.com/Melissa.